you can solve the problem of your papers being rejected if you watch this video till the end. Now, as young researchers, sometimes as even experienced researchers, our papers get turned down. That is, you give in your best, you write a very quantitative paper, good abstract, your introduction is okay, you have beautiful citation, you have put out a very good methodology, and everything is just well and well. Your results section, it's beautifully written. You have the correct plots. You have numbered your equations. All your graphs are good, and your discussion, your conclusion, just well arranged, and you have your references all intact. And you write your cover letter and send your paper to a journal. And after 5 days or after 30 days or sometimes even after 6 months of review, your paper is turned down. You were told, oh, your paper did not meet the requirement of our journal, or you're told, there is no new contribution from this paper, or your paper just get flinged out for not meeting the scope of that particular journal. And at times that can lead to discouragement. Most persons, especially young researchers, get discouraged when their papers are rejected by journals. And so, how do we solve this problem? How do I ensure that the paper I am submitting meets the requirement of a particular journal? How do I even find the exact journal, the correct journal for my paper, so I don't do a trial and error, so that I know that if I'm sending it to this particular journal, it meets the requirement of that journal, it meets the criterion, and my paper is well formatted for that particular journal. Now, there is no one way out of it. More often than not, we just do the try and error method. But if you're watching this video, I want to give you a solution, and that solution is using that powerful AI model called ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT has now introduced a search tab, a search button that is awesome, that is wonderful, that is doing so much for researchers. Now, one beautiful thing it can do above others is that it can help you find journals. It can help you format your paper to meet the standard of a particular journal. And beyond that, it is not just hallucinating this, because you are going to upload your paper and it will look at the content of your paper, tell you if it contributes to knowledge, tell you if it is novel enough for a particular paper, and suggest several papers for you, and even teach you how you can format your paper to meet the requirement, the criteria for different journals. And so let's go there to ChatGPT. Let me show you how you can do this. And this is something you want to stick around for. Don't forget that in this channel, I share with you all you need to become a researcher very fast. I teach you, I share tutorials, I put out AI models and how to use them. And you want to stick to this channel, you want to subscribe, you want to share this video, you want to turn on the bell so that next time I share something good, something important, you're about the first person to be reached. So just do that now. Let's go to ChatGPT and see the awesome power of ChatGPT for journal suggestion and for all the beautiful things you do that will get your paper accepted in any journal you send it. ChatGPT space, you ensure your paper is uploaded and you go to your computer, and that is my paper. I just open it and it is open into ChatGPT. When it opens, now for every AI model, I have frequently say that prompting is the king. So if you prompt right, you can get accurate answers, accurate information, accurate directions from any AI model. And so let's go to this AI model, and you want to follow this prompt almost strictly. The first question you want to ask an AI model when you upload a document as a paper into that model is to say, do you understand this document. If it doesn't understand the document, there's no point going forward. It means that it will be hallucinating. It will be giving you jargons. It will be synthesizing information from its memory outside what you have submitted. And so you want to read through to be sure that this AI model understands your document. And so you want to go through this information. Wow, it does understand. Yes, in that paper, I had used the extended Nikiforov-Overov method. I have discussed a quantum dot and all of the things I discussed, the screening effect, the magnetic effect, and all of the information. Wow, it understands. That's beautiful. That's a step forward. And so what next? Do we need a summary? Do I need a critic? And all of that. So I want to begin first with a critic. I want to ask this guy, have I said something important? Is there something novel about my paper? Is there something current? Does this meet the current state of knowledge and all of that? So I want to first say, assess this paper for currency of knowledge, for novelty, originality, and what else, and contribution to knowledge. These are the things a paper, each time you submit a paper to a journal, these are the things they look out for. Has this paper contributed to knowledge? Is this paper within the current set of knowledge? Is it novel? Are there some originality? And this model is going to tell me that. It's going to look through all that I have done. It's going to say, oh, the paper references as that indicate that the research is up to date with current advancement in that. It cites work from 2020 to that, including topics like magnetoexcitins and all of that and all of that. However, the lack of experimental or assessment. So strengths uses contemporary literature, weakness could improve, and all of that, and all of that. And novelty, oh, the study presents a distinctive focus. That's novelty. It is telling me that, wow, this paper you have put out there is very, very, very novel. So and when we look at the strength, it says it introduces a new perspective on eccentricity as a design parameter. Wow, this is good. There is novelty in this paper. And so any journal I submit it to, I am at home that there is some level of novelty in this work I have just concluded. What next? Originality. And it says, wow, this provides a unique integration of theoretical physics concept in an unexplored concept. Now, it mentions that the use of the Nikiforov-Overov method is quite interesting. And it tells me that weakness lacks explicit comparison with previous method. Okay, contribution to field is going to do that also. And it tells me, wow, this is good. Final verdict is going to give me the strength, it's going to give me the places I should look into and all of that. Now, that's a good assessment. That's about 75% of 100. It's an A. So I want to go forward. I want to say from the formulation suggests papers, or not papers, so suggests journals I can submit this work. This work is going to do that for me, suggest journals, and it's going to mention journals. It's going to mention journals. These are journals. It's going to tell me their impact factor. It's going to give me their link. It's mentioning Physical Review B. It's an American physical, all that and that and that. And it's giving me that. It's giving me a link. So if I want to submit directly, I just click and I am there. It's saying Journal of Computational and Theoretical Nanosciences. Their impact factor is 1.5. And this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. So I don't need a supervisor. I don't need a guide. I don't need somebody to tell me, oh, submit your paper there, because I now have a guide that just points me to where I can take my paper to, and it will be accepted. And there is more. It is just listing and listing and listing, and these are all the places I can submit my paper. And so if one of these papers or one of these papers it had suggested is where I want to send it to. Say I want to send it to here, I want to send it to physical E. I'm going to copy physical E and say this further. I'll say, okay, um, from the requirements for submitting papers in this journal, and I'm going to put the journal in parentheses, just that way. Submitting, please. Submitting parentheses. Assess the formatting of my paper attached above to see if it meets their requirements. Now, for this part, because you want an online real-time information, you wouldn't be depending on the data storage of ChatGPT. You want to click on the search button. Now, the search button allows ChatGPT to give you an online real-time information. It's going to access that website right away and tell you the exact information that this journal need to format your paper, and just click on that and see that it is searching the web. It is not giving you this information based on what is on its mind. It is giving you exactly what is on that journal. And so these are all the things I need to do if I want to submit in any of those journals, telling me that, oh, your manuscript should be well written and all of that and all of that and all of that and all of that and all of that. So based on the provided information, your manuscript appears to align with the general formatting requirement of both journals. However, it is crucial to consult the specific and most recent guidance and all of that. Now, what's more is that all this paper can do for you. Now, don't forget that it is even giving you a link. And so this information is from the exact web pages. That's why I mentioned you turning on search, so that it is not doing it based on what it was built on, what it was programmed with. It is doing this based on the information on the site of this paper at the present immediately. And so what else can you find? Now, this time I want you to act. I'll tell you, act as an as a seasoned reviewer for physical E, and review my paper attached above critically. And so you're already in the mind of the reviewer. And so it's going to give you a honest review. It's going to look at your manuscript carefully, and it will tell you, oh, this manuscript has this challenge, has this challenge, has this challenge, and that challenge. And there you go. And it's just doing that for you accurately. How beautiful can this be? And so, with this friend acting as a reviewer, is going to tell you if this paper will be rejected or if it will be accepted. And so before you even submit, you know the possibility, you know the strength of this paper, you know if this paper would be turned down. I recommend that the manuscript undergo major revision before it can be considered for publication. So this is it acting as a real reviewer, and it has reviewed your paper, and it has tell you the strength and the weaknesses and all of that. And so you pick the weaknesses, the weaknesses that's mentioned, go to your paper, correct them, and when you send your paper to physical B, it's going to be accepted for publication because you have used a model to act as a reviewer, and it has helped you strengthen your paper. So friend, what are you waiting for? Go there and review your paper with ChatGPT.